In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I grew my video business from $4,000 to $5,000 months to over $20,000 months consistently. By the end, you'll know what I did and how to do it for yourself. How often have you found yourself stressed out about what to charge for your next project, or scrambling to find clients because you don't have a clear direction? You've probably been burnt out working on weddings, music videos, or events that don't really align with, your long-term goals. The hustle's real, but the income isn't. And worst of all, you're probably wondering if you'll ever make this work. And I've been there. For years, I struggled to make ends meet in my video business. I was good at it, but I just couldn't figure out how to make it sustainable. The constant uncertainty, the back and forth on pricing, and the fear of not landing the next big project, it's exhausting. But it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to work yourself to the bone just to make a living. What if you could bring in $10,000 or more every month predictably, without the burnout, and without feeling like you're just chasing clients? There is a better way, and it's a system that not only lets you predict your income, but also gives you the freedom to do what you love. It's a system that allows you to find the right clients, create offers that actually sell, and build a business that works for you. Imagine waking up every day with a clear plan, a steady flow of high-ticket clients, and the ability to scale your business without overwhelming yourself. This is possible, and I'm about to show you how. Now, you're probably wondering who the hell I am, and I don't blame you. I'm Tyler, and I know exactly what it's like to feel stuck in a cycle of low-paying gigs. Before I found success in this business, I was working 9-to-5 jobs, stuck in a career I hated, but I knew I had a skill, and I was determined to make a living doing what I loved, which is videography. So like anything I do, I dove headfirst into building my video business, but I quickly learned that it wasn't as easy as I thought. I struggled for years, wondering where my next dollar is coming from, what to charge, how to find clients, and I was just burnt out and constantly worried about paying the bills. I've had my head on my desk more times than I'd like to admit. And something that's kind of weird is even though I was bringing in more money than like my previous jobs, like working retail or my desk job, I just constantly felt like I was in a state of fear and desperation. And honestly, I tried everything from networking events to, chamber of commerce to those, I forget what it's called, but we have to go early in the morning and it's a group of people. And if you can't make it, you have to send a proxy. It wasn't for me, cold emails, LinkedIn, shit. I even wrote a book. Actually, hold on. I even wrote an entire book to send to prospects to prove that I knew what I was talking about. And while it worked, I still didn't feel in control. But then something changed. I discovered a process that allowed me to create a predictable income stream and scale my business to $20,000 plus months consistently. Now I'm not just a freelance videographer. I'm running a business with clients on retainer, systems at work, employees, and the creative freedom that I've always dreamed of. And I want to help you do the same. This is the same method I use to break myself out of my rut and to build a sustainable video business. Now, I want to be super clear. This isn't the only thing that will work. And it might not work for you or align with what you're looking to do with videography. On this channel, I'm going to be exploring, other methods and ideas to see how well they do. So feel free to subscribe and see how those go. Anyway, here's how my system works. First, we have to define your niche. The first step is finding your target audience. Forget trying to serve everyone. Once you narrow down to a specific market, it's much easier to create an offer that sells. And when you know exactly what they need, you can offer a tailored solution that feels customized just for them. And I'll be honest, this was the hardest part for me, but it was truly the unlock that I needed. My business coach at the time kind of forced me into picking a niche and reminded me that it doesn't have to be permanent and it can always be changed, and that honestly helped a ton. Myself and honestly a lot of us immediately think that by niching down, we're going to be turning away so much business from other industries, but in reality, it just makes it hard for people to know who you help and how you help them. Think of it this way. If you hurt your back, would you rather go to a general doctor who treats everything or an orthopedic spine surgeon who only works on backs? Well, clients want the same thing. Doing this allows for you to be very targeted in your messaging and your solution. Next up is crafting your offer. Once you've figured out who you want to work with based on some factors such as, experience working in the industry, how many potential clients there are around you, and, can they afford it? You really need to take some time and learn about them and their pain points. And you have to go deeper than they want more clients or they want a bigger online presence. Why do they want these things? What does it mean to them personally? Does that mean they can provide for their family? They can provide for their employees' families? Does it mean they're not going to go out of business? You got to really go deep and discover what keeps them up at night so you can create an offer that takes away all their pain in a very clear and concise way that you can communicate effectively. By having a clear offer, you're able to, get really good at that one thing, and it also helps you be able to plan your business better. You'll have a clear understanding of how much work you need to do for each client, how long it will take you, and how much money you're making. Now, I want to make something really clear though. Just because you have a clear offer and client avatar doesn't mean you can't take one-off projects if they appeal to you or if they're worth it monetarily. Next is client acquisition. Okay, so now we know who we're working with and how we're going to help them and how much we're going to charge. Now it's the hard part of actually finding these people. There are plenty of ways to get in front of clients: ads, social media, email, organic content, which everybody should be doing organic content. But here's the magic thing that worked wonders for me. I started a podcast. Using a podcast to establish authority and create networking opportunities killed many birds with one stone. I decided to niche into real estate because I've already had a few clients who worked in there. I felt like I knew the market, and there's a ton of them and they make decent money. So instead of cold DMing realtors in my area, I simply followed them on social and strategically invited on the bigger names in the area. This allowed me to get FaceTime with the bigger agents, create long form and short form clips that I put my face next to theirs when we posted or collaborated on Instagram, and give them a glimpse of what working with me would be like. And I'd also give them some clips of their own to post wherever and however they wanted without having to tag me, so they can see what kind of engagement they get compared to their current content strategy. When you use a podcast as a tool for connecting with potential clients, you're not just talking to them, you're building trust. It also allows you to ask questions to get a better understanding of your target audience's pain points and desires to better craft your offer or get better results for them. Now, another thing I want to note is that it's never really the intention, or never was the intention, to have the guest become a client. If that happens, great, but you don't want to come across as if you're just trying to convert them to a client, have this be some weird, slimy sales tactic. Just have a genuine conversation that brings value to both sides. And then systemizing for consistency. And finally, it's all about creating systems. Once you have your clients, it's time to systemize your processes. Client onboarding and communication, which is huge, workflow automation, and even building a team to support you. This allows you to scale your business without burning out. Now, I want you to picture this. Instead of scrambling for clients every month, you have a steady stream of business clients who are happy to pay you for high quality work, and you're no longer worried about where your next paycheck is going to come from. You've created a business that works for you, where you can focus on the creative aspects, knowing the rest is taken care of. This is your reality, not just a pipe dream, and with the right system, this can be you. I want to share a quick story with you. Doug came to me struggling to land high ticket clients, and he had one particular deal that he just needed some guidance getting over the finish line, whether it was figuring out the offer and pricing it and how to pitch it. And within about 2 weeks of talking to Doug, he landed a $10,000 deal, and he couldn't believe it. But here's the thing, Doug isn't the only one. I've worked with countless videographers who, after gaining clarity and following the steps that I've outlined or that we've talked about through informal ways of communication, whether it be like DMs and things like that, they've grown their businesses and made more money. And even more money, they're just able to relax a little bit and have more confidence in their choice to pursue videography as a career. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, this is great, but I still don't really know where to start, or you feel like you want to have someone there with you while you go through this process, I put everything I know into a coaching program that will guide you step by step through this process. Now, I know, it feels like everyone has a coaching program, and I feel like it's become kind of like a meme at this point. But with the amount of people I've helped through DMs and informal stuff, I've really come to realize that I love helping people who are where I was just a few years ago. And honestly, as corny as it sounds, working with my agency clients is great, but having walked in the footsteps of a struggling videographer, I feel like I know about that struggle more than I know about my clients' struggles. And it's so cool to see people go from, almost giving up on their passion for video and making a living on their own terms to thriving. So how it works is it's you and me in the trenches for 90 days. The first month we do 4 weekly calls to get you clear on your business audit, your niche, and your offer. And in the next 2 months, we do bi-weekly calls for deep execution and refinement, including lead generation strategies, client onboarding, and systems for scaling. This is where I kind of like to keep things a little less regimented, so we're able to pivot and work on things in real time as they happen and ensure that you're getting custom guidance for your unique business. Whether you need help with client acquisition, building a content strategy, building a team, or setting up your systems, I'll be there to guide you. This is the exact blueprint that I use to scale my business to consistent 5-figure months. This program is designed to save you time, give you accountability, and provide proven process to implement. You don't have to figure it out alone anymore. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building a sustainable, profitable video business, this is your chance. Click the link below so we can get started working together today. The steps to creating a business that brings in $10,000 or more a month is clearer than ever. Don't let this opportunity just kind of slip away and this video become one of those things that you watch, you think is cool, maybe you'll get a little excited for, but don't do anything with it. Your future self will thank you.